Hi there, my name is Onyx and welcome to my channel. Most of our listeners are not subscribers, so if you like my content, and before you do anything else, please do hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you. Are you proud you never broke the law to survive, or just lucky you never had to? I keep turning that over, not like a challenge, more like a quiet question that doesn't let go. Because I know what my first answer wants to be. It wants to be clean. It wants to say, yeah, I made good choices. I stayed on the right side of things. I did what I was supposed to do. And maybe that's true. Maybe I did. But then the question hangs there a little longer, and I start noticing all the parts I didn't choose. Like the fact that I usually had food. Not fancy, but there. The fact that there was a door that locked behind me at night. The fact that if something went wrong, there was at least one person I could call. Even if I didn't call. Just knowing it existed. And I start thinking about how pride works, how it quietly assumes a level playing field, how it turns a life into a scoreboard. If I never had to steal to eat, is that a moral achievement, or is it a circumstance? I don't know. I'm not trying to erase personal responsibility. I can feel myself wanting to defend that, even as I say it, because choices matter. Of course they do. But also choices don't float in empty space. They sit inside a day. Inside a body that's tired, inside rent due, inside a fridge that's getting lighter, inside a neighborhood where some things are normal, inside a childhood that either built a cushion or didn't. Sometimes I picture two people standing at the same crossroads. One has a backpack full of water and snacks and a map. The other has nothing, and it's already getting dark. And we ask them both to take the right path, and then we clap for the one who makes it through without doing anything desperate. And maybe the uncomfortable part is admitting that I don't actually know what I would do if I was genuinely cornered. Not like inconvenienced, not like stressed, but cornered. No money, no help, no safe place, someone depending on me, a deadline that isn't negotiable. I want to believe I'd still be me, that I'd still hold the line, but I've never really had to test that. So what am I proud of exactly? Is it pride or relief? Relief dressed up as pride. Relief that I didn't have to find out what I'm capable of when the situation gets ugly. And I think about the word law, because laws aren't the same as right and wrong. Sometimes they overlap, sometimes they don't. Sometimes the law is just whoever had the power first, writing down the rules, and still breaking the law can hurt people. It can ripple out, it can make things worse for someone else who's already struggling. It feels like keeping your hands clean, but survival doesn't always ask politely. Survival doesn't always care about clean. And then there's luck. I keep coming back to that. Luck like where you're born, luck like your accent, luck like your skin, luck like the school you ended up in, luck like the one teacher who noticed you, luck like the one friend's mom who fed you without making it weird, luck like getting sick at a time when you had insurance, luck like not getting pulled over that one night, luck like not being targeted. Luck is such a soft word for something that heavy. And timing too. Being young in a good economy, or a bad one, hitting adulthood when rent was doable, or when it wasn't, walking into a job market that had space, or one that had locked doors. When I think about my own life, I can point to moments that could have gone differently. Little turns, a form that got approved, a call that got answered, a mistake that didn't cost me everything. And those moments, they feel small, but they're not. So when someone says, I never broke the law to survive, I hear two possible meanings. One is, I had chances to do something illegal and I didn't, and that can be real. That can take restraint. That can be something someone worked hard for. And the other meaning is, my life never squeezed me until I cracked, which isn't a shameful thing. It's just not proof of being better. That's the part I'm trying to sit with, not turning it into guilt, not turning it into some performance of humility, just being honest about what's mine and what isn't. Because there's another layer, the way we judge other people, quietly without even noticing. We see someone shoplifting, we see someone selling something they shouldn't, we see someone using a fake ID, or dodging a fare, or doing cash work under the table, and we tell ourselves a story, a simple one. They're wrong, I'm right, I'd never do that, but the question keeps tapping me on the shoulder. Are you proud, or just lucky? And if it's luck, what does that change? Maybe it changes the way the story sounds in my head. Maybe it adds a pause before the judgment. Maybe it adds curiosity. What happened before that moment? What would it take for me? What would it take for anyone? I don't think this question is asking for self-hatred. I don't think it's asking for excuses either. It just messes with the neat categories. Pride is so easy when the cost is low. It's harder when the cost is real. And there's something tender about admitting I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I would have done. I'm not sure I'm the hero of this story. I might just be someone who had enough support, enough safety, enough time. And maybe the most honest answer is mixed. Maybe it's both. Maybe there are choices I'm grateful I made, and also a lot of doors that were open for me before I even reached for the handle. If this question lands anywhere for you, I'd be interested to hear what part of it you keep circling back to, maybe in a comment, not a debate, just what it brings up, because I don't think it's a question you solve. I think it's a question you live alongside. Are you proud you never broke the law to survive, or just lucky you never had to? And I guess tonight, I'm leaning toward lucky and grateful, and still trying to be careful with the pride. That's about it from me. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you have any thoughts, please let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.